So, WorkplaceNL topic of the day. Does WorkplaceNL know exactly what medical proof is? Yeah, no, they don't. Even though under Section 55, they're supposed to use medical proof to make their decisions. So, on September 27th, 2022, October 4th, 2022, and January 24th, 2023, apparently my husband had a recurrence, which is a return of disabling symptoms. And guess what? He didn't. He didn't have a return of disabling symptoms. And they don't have any medical proof that he did have a return of disabling symptoms. While he had a loss of earnings that started as a result of MRI results and recommendations from his doctor, he did not have a return of disabling symptoms. And guess what, everyone? That means that he did not have a recurrence of his injury. Oh, no. Because you can't have a recurrence unless you're actually disabled from your injury. Your doctor making recommendations to avoid a recurrence is just that. And instead of listening to what they were being told, instead of asking for the medical proof of what they were being told, they decided that all of a sudden there was a return of disabling symptoms. Now that started on September the 27th of 2022. And the other two dates just popped out of the blue from all the things that occurred afterwards. And it was like they were grasping at straws to try to make a recurrence happen. Well, they did actually make a recurrence happen. It's just that it was on May the 10th of 2023 that the recurrence actually happened. Why? Because my husband's doctor was highly recommending physiotherapy. And his physiotherapist was highly recommending physiotherapy. And the commission was denying this physiotherapy. So, on around December month, that's when his physiotherapist started asking for approval for more sessions. And they denied it. And then he sent in a letter stating that they had made their first decision based on something that wasn't proven in the clinic. And that was his patella was not tracking normally, but they said it was when they made their decision. And then they said that the letter that he sent had no new information that would change their decision. Did they even read the letter, I wonder? Because they're supposed to read everything. Everything. With a fine-tooth comb. They're not supposed to just look at it and go, nothing new in there, and throw it to the wayside. So, but it appears that seems to be happening a lot. And even with this recent letter, I mean, how do you call yourself competent when you say you reviewed legislation and the legislation doesn't even exist? Like Section 20, bracket 1. It was, Section 20 was repealed back in 2001. It no longer exists, let alone Section 20, bracket 1. And then it says Section 70, bracket 1. And 70 is just 70. There is no subsection at all. It's just 70. So, yeah, the competence is very clear there. Very clear. I just think they don't expect you to look up those legislations and fact check what they're sending you. But, that really makes them look kind of stupid. But then again, they haven't been looking the smartest to me anyway, right from the get-go. But anyway, that's, I guess, not really that important to Sonia Stanford at all, because as Director of Human Resources, she don't really seem to be doing much about any of this. And so anyway, because my husband was denied his physiotherapy and we were fighting for it for months and months, well, from December until they got approved sometime after the actual recurrence in May, was when it actually got approved. When they saw how bad he was doing, he was off work then for 6 weeks, and they have no one to blame but themselves for denying him the supportive physiotherapy care that he needed. I mean, it is what it is. It's all there in all the medical documentation for Sonia Stanford to investigate her employees, but I'm not really sure if she's doing it, because apparently it's up to her what she does with her staff. Well, when someone puts in a formal complaint, it would be nice to know if you actually have someone competent working on that injured worker's file, or if you just pass it along to someone else who's just as incompetent. I mean, why would Charmaine Jane still have his file if nothing was going to change? Or, if all these lies and manipulations and lacking using medical proof in the decisions was happening. Because while his right knee was getting worse with no physio, he was compensating more and more and more on his left. And that caused him to have a issue with his left ankle that caused him to lose a week's work. And his chiropractor wrote a huge, descriptive letter stating how all of these things combine and how they work, and how if you don't treat one properly with the injury that my husband has, then it's going to impact everything else. Well, the last time when we appealed the issue with the left ankle, Charmaine Janes comes back and says, oh, well, there's not enough evidence. Well, you didn't even include the chiropractor work. You just did exactly what the internal review told you to do. And you didn't include the new information that was on your desk at all. So why did you not include that under Section 64? As soon as you got the information from the chiropractor, an internal review should not have even have happened, because somebody in that commission should have picked up that part of the file and said, oh, wait, we have new information about his left ankle. We need to include this. But nope, nobody did that. Sonia Stanford, that's on you as well. Why did your staff not look at that information from his chiropractor? So, yeah. I mean, what's going on here? Why are they not looking at medical proof and using the medical proof to make decisions for entitlement? Like the loss of earning capacity that's supposed to be estimated based on how much that injury is actually impacting the injured worker. That discussion has never happened. And they say they know how to use the law properly. Yeah. They don't.